Welcome everybody from different parts of the world to this first day of online course on rock slope engineering. Thank you very much for showing commitment towards learning something new and for making time to attend this course. It's not an easy commitment to make. It's not just one session, there's several sessions, at least 9 days that we are talking about. And we might have to increase it by 1 or 2 days depending upon the flow of the course. So please keep that provision of some extra time if need be. As a couple more people were still waiting for them, they would be joining any minute. And so, but we can't wait any longer. So we have to start the first session today. And to start this exciting course, or talk about this exciting subject of rock slope engineering, the first presentation which is coming up here is about setting the tone for the course. And in the process, I would try and communicate the meaty part of the course, some theoretical aspects of the course, something which will show you a glimpse of what is coming ahead. So it's kind of I have titled this as design approach, but it's kind of setting the tone for the course. And in the process, as I said, we look at some of the things which are important. I am very conscious about not to make this course look like a theoretical one, because that's where you tend to lose your interest. These are what helps us really is that these are very practical sciences. Although we are talking engineering, we are talking science, but the moment you talk about rock or rock masses, in fact, the entire geotechnical world, you are actually talking about a bit of an approximation, some assumptions, and lots of inherent variability in the properties and the way the geotechnical materials respond to intervention. This kind of approximation, etc., is a couple of notches higher when you come to rock mass as compared to soil, for instance, because of you have these discontinuities, etc. We'll talk about all of that. We'll talk about the difference between rock and rock mass. We'll talk about a bit of geology. So if any one of you is a geologist, I'm not one, I'm a civil engineer. So please pardon me for my mistakes if I talk about something which is not entirely, correct as far as geology is concerned. I'm very conscious of the fact that all of us non-geologists must have some basic idea about the geology, without which it's difficult to move ahead in these subjects dealing with the underground stuff, slopes, for instance, or tunnels, for example. So without wasting much of your time, actually, I was trying to speak a little longer to allow people to join, and I think they have joined now. I think Kirk and Amr we were waiting for. I think both of them are on now. So welcome, guys, and thank you very much. And I was just engaging the audience as a good presenter must do to cover up for any shortcomings. So everything is looking set to start the first presentation, which is kind of setting the tone. So give me a moment to share the screen so that you can see the presentation. And since this is the first day, first presentation, in case any one of you is not able to see the slide, I have put the slide on now, the first PowerPoint slide, which says design approach to slope stability, etc., etc. In case you're not able to see, please speak up or write in the chat box. If I do not hear back from you, I would assume that everything is fine. Right, so let's get going. What we're going to talk about in this introductory presentation is about the proposed design approach for cut slopes in rock. Okay. When you are setting about the task of designing of cut slope, you often do not have much flexibility to adjust the slope orientation to suit the geological conditions which you will encounter or which you are likely to encounter during excavation. For example, let's take the example of a highway project. Long road, part of it could be several kilometers, going through a hilly region, and lots of cut slopes involved there. So as a slope designer, as somebody who understands the engineering rock mechanics or rock engineering, and somebody who understands the engineering geology or the slope design, you might be concerned, and rightly so, about making adjustments in the alignment passing through that hilly terrain to minimize the problems that, in your opinion, would occur. And your opinion will be very strongly formed by the time you come to the end of this course, because we'll go through all the techniques, all the kinds of failures, stability analysis, etc., which are required to form that opinion that I'm talking about.